If you want to make more money, the question you have to constantly ask yourself is, how could I be a person of value?
I ask everyone, either unconditionally, how can I be of service?
You do.
Rise and shine, it's espresso time.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Grab your coffee and sip on today's message from Dan Lok. If you want to build confidence like Dan Lok and others, check out my 254 series. The link is in the description below, and it's free.
After you practice martial art, you develop this natural self-confidence. Not cockiness, but you develop this natural self-confidence. You have to understand the world revolves around value. So if you understand the world revolves around value, the business of making money is nothing more than a value and value exchange. Once you realize that, that is how money works and that's how the game works. So what we do is we trade our time, if you're an employee, our products or services, our expertise as an entrepreneur, right? Our skills, we trade that and exchange that with other people for money. What it means is the more value that you could provide, the more money people are willing to trade you with it. It's that simple. So instead of just focusing on, I want to make more money, I want to make more money, being all desperate and all panicking, what you focus on is, instead of becoming a person of success, become a person of value. If you want to make more money, the question you have to constantly ask yourself is, how could I be a person of value? How could I become more valuable? How do you become more valuable to the marketplace? Once you understand this, money is not an issue because the marketplace is always willing to pay good money for good value. And you notice people who don't make a lot of money, people who are struggling or people making minimum wage, they are easily replaceable. This is someone working at a restaurant, a waiter, waitress. Maybe they do very good job, they work very hard, but if they leave or the boss, the manager fires them, they could be easily replaced. When you could be easily replaced, you are not very valuable. The more difficult you are to replace, the more valuable you are. That's the secret that will guarantee if you'll be broke or you'll be rich.
Now I've got a really special bonus clip that I think you're going to enjoy, but before that, question of the day, I want to know, what are you going to do this week to bring more value to your customers? Let me know in the comments below.
We're goal-oriented people.
Yes.
Right? We played sports, you know, it's all about winning.
Yep.
And so what I used to do is I'd attach, once I graduate high school, I'll be happy.
Yep.
If I get a scholarship to college, I graduate. All these, and every time it occurred, I still was in the same state of mind.
Yes.
What I learned to do was detach the happiness, this bliss,
Yep.
from the outcome. Now, the difference is most people get concerned like, well, how can you be motivated without an outcome? No. I have outcomes and I pray every morning. This is a truly abundant thing. My first prayer every morning is, may God put in front of me 10 people that I can help.
That you can help.
That's
that
all.
you can help.
That I can help. And I've shifted the paradigm of value, understanding outcomes and happiness. So I used to, and maybe you'll understand this, I'm a great salesman.
You are.
I can oversell, back end sell, and lie to you. I can cheat to you. I've done it when I was in my 20s. I would shade the truth. You know, I sold stuff.
Sure.
And it didn't make me feel good. And what happened was I created a void for me to fill all the time. I'd make you promises and I'd live on this premise, I'm going to exceed everybody's expectations. That's my goal, right? From the start. First of all, talk about bull.
Yes, right.
How many times have you actually, in a business deal, exceeded the other party's expectation? Very rarely.
Very rarely, especially if you've set those expectations artificially high.
Which I did.
Right, the way you exceed it is by not setting them.
Right. By not charging or selling it, and that's what I started doing.
Right.
But what was cool was, I started with this prayer and then I said, what if I started the day with this energy that God put a whole bag of $100 bills in front of me, and my job all day long was to trade $100 bills for 20. So whatever I did was I was going to provide value. As a father, as a husband, as a business partner, as a philanthropist, and just, you'll see, I ask everyone, either unconditionally, how can I be of service?
You do. You said it to me the first time we spoke.
How can I be of service? I mean it.
Yeah, I know you do.
And I know that that's my biggest blessing. I'm not lazy. I wake up at 4 a.m.
Yep.
I work really hard for others.
Yep.
But I also, when I work hard for others, I have my intention, my focus on what I want.
Yep.
So how do you create value with people? I'm on the plane with this guy, Ricky, and he was telling me about his clothing company, and I thought, how could I create value for this guy? Because I'm wired to do this stuff. On the plane, free Wi-Fi as a Christmas promotion. I send an email to Tony Hsieh, who owns Zappos, and his girlfriend Jen, who you saw there, and said, hey, I'm sitting next to the guy who has, founded Citron Clothing, and maybe you can sell that at Zappos. While we're on the plane, Tony Hsieh emails back. Literally in about 10 minutes, he emails back and puts him in touch with their actual purchasing person at Zappos. And Paula Abdul actually wears his clothing, and he has pictures with her. So when he goes back to LA, which is where he lives, I'm going to set up lunch so he can go out with Paula and maybe get her to endorse it. And that was all by sitting there talking. Always think about how you can actually promote other people and help them. Was I trying to get anything about him? No, but now, since I'm saying this publicly, I hope he sends Jamie, my girlfriend, some free clothes, and then we're good, okay?
Hi, this is Dan Lok. If you're a fan of Evan's work, if you want to know exactly how to model my success, I want to invite you to join me for a special online training. All you have to do is click on the link below. You can join me for absolutely no charge. So click on the link below and I will see you in class.
If you want more Dan Lok, check out the execution versus ideas video we made. The link is right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
The only difference between me and everybody else, I can execute better than most people.
I'm going to teach you a strategy right now that will change your life. It's called the 2% difference.